All right, you guys, thank you so much. We are so excited to deliver a ton of brilliance, a ton of greatness, and so much fun with you guys tonight. I am so honored to be able to host so many amazing people. I want to stop for 1 second. Trisha, I feel like everybody's muted. Why is there so much background noise? Trisha, you're muted, but I have everybody's mute off.
Okay, so as people jump in, sometimes they click unmute. So you're going to have to look at the participant box.
Got it. Okay, guys, so we're going to try that again. I just got to watch that because there's some noisy people in the background. But anyways, my name is Lauren Sims, for those of you that don't know me, and it is super fun and super exciting to open up this call tonight. Trisha and I are really, really good friends. We've met at different Isagenix events, and we just collaborate and bounce ideas off of each other. And we were like, how can we help so many people stay in momentum? How can we have so many people finish strong? You know, how can we keep people motivated throughout the holidays and share our passion? And I wanted to collaborate with her, and I said, I feel like I have so many people that are excited, and you know, they're busy with their families and they're trying to juggle their time, or they're getting more objections than normal, and what can we do? And then in addition to me reaching out to her, she said, how cool would it be to have some of our platinum leaders, to be able to have some of our mentors and some of our upline to be able to pour their greatness into our teams and just share so much love with everybody and so much skill and just kind of tips of the trade of what has been so successful for them. So I definitely want to allow the majority the call to be led by Janny and Betsy and Tracy and Cindy, because they are our platinum mentors and millionaires that just have huge hearts of gold and so much service to give you tonight. But I just want to briefly tell you that I got started in the holidays in 2013, and when people tell me that they can't build in the holidays, I really kind of am like, whatever, like you either want this or you don't. But I mean, I had enrolled over 40 people in December of 2013. I went executive from November to December. I won the ISA Derby that year. And I don't tell you that to brag, but I tell you that because I had such a burning desire. I wasn't going to let anybody get in my way of those goals. And my why was so bad. I wanted to get off my apartment floor, for some of you that know my story. I wanted a bed and a couch. And I never wanted to drive into my job again that I was paid at $12.50 with master's degrees. You know, when Janny was able to really cast this vision of what would my life look like, not sitting in rush hour traffic, the job I was going to get paid $12 an hour at. When I understood what PIVs and double PIVs could do for me, what those rank advancement bonuses were going to do for me, I was so hungry for a different way of life. I was so hungry to not be juggling all of these jobs. I just got to work, and no one told me, oh, no, November's a really slow month. You know, December, nobody's going to do this. So, you know, just put your dreams on hold and do this in January. Nobody said that to me. They said, put your butt in a chair and use the tools and call people and change people's lives and change yours in the process. And that's what I did. And I remember sitting, you know, in this brand new apartment for hours on the phone, getting just as many no's, but being relentless to go for the yes. So if they say that you had to talk to 10 people to get an enrollment, I was committed to calling 100. Texting 100, Facebooking 100. I mean, I wanted it so bad. And we respect that everybody is on a totally different journey of this. And some people are on the slow track. Some people are on the fast track. And no matter where you are, that we love you, we support you, we encourage you. You know, some of you are managing other jobs or kiddos or husbands or wives or wherever that is. But hopefully tonight, between mine and Trisha's stories and just the golden nuggets of the wisdom from these other ladies, we just want to pour so much greatness into you and to tell you that, like, your dreams are today. You know, like, you're not promised tomorrow, and to be in the now, to be really present and just be really excited about not only what Isagenix has done and can do for you, but what it has the ability to do from somebody else. Don't take other people's dreams away. You know, don't take this away and tell yourself stories of I'll do this in January. I mean, there's so much that can happen in the next 5 weeks. By the time 2016 gets here, you're already leaps and bounds in front of so many other people. So I'm grateful you guys are all on the call today. I definitely want to turn it over to Trisha now, and then she can introduce our first millionaire speaker. So, Miss Trisha, you there?
I'm here. Hey, everybody. Well, I'm so excited, and I am committed to not cry, and I'm going to really struggle with it because I started Isagenix almost exactly 2 years ago. And in 2.5 weeks, I'll be celebrating my 2-year anniversary, Isaversary. And see, my heart is like already going crazy because I'm looking back at 2 years ago. I just got off a bunch of pictures, looking at them, and I was such a different person then. I mean, I was still me, and I had all these dreams and ambitions, but I was stuck, and I was exhausted, and I was stressed and disconnected, and I had lost so much hope, and I had all the aspirations and dreams that you could imagine, but no vehicle to reach any of them, and really just so disconnected that I really had no direction of where to go. And the worst part is, going to bed thinking tomorrow will be a great day. Tomorrow will be a great day. Tomorrow will be a great day. And going to bed and waking up and feeling more exhausted than you went to bed. And getting out of bed, being dragged out of bed by your kids and wanting to do so much good for them. But really, literally, I was just stuck on a couch, exhausted and stressed. And every day, it was like starting over, and all my dreams were out the window every day. And so when Barbara Price called me 2 years ago and introduced me to Isagenix, the biggest part of my story is that 5 days previously, I was on my knees begging for help, begging for a change, and wanting direction, wanting hope, And I remember like it was yesterday that as I was sitting there praying for some guidance and some miracle to come along and help me out of this rut, I remember just thinking so clearly, so many people feel exactly like me, and I just can't handle it. I can't handle that. There's no answer for any of us. And if I could just find a way, I would not stop in helping them and showing them the way until my very dying day. I mean, guys, these were my thoughts 5 days previous to Barbara Price calling me. And it wasn't a coincidence that Isagenix ended up in my life, because I truly believe that we get what we ask for. And I was asking for help and a miracle, and it came into my life. And, it's been such an amazing transformation, not just the being overweight and losing the weight, but, the transformation of literally, wanting to get started on this journey and selling my refrigerator to get started. When you hear people talk about why they can't start or they can't afford it, that's just hogwash. Like, it doesn't mean anything. The reality is they don't believe in themselves, or maybe they have doubt that it could work for them. It's just all fear-based. Because when I started Isagenix—
Hey, Trisha, real quick, I'm going to mute everybody again, so just make sure you unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
You're good.
Yep. So honestly, the big difference between myself and a lot of people is when I started Isagenix, I wasn't going to use that 30-day money-back guarantee. I had zero doubt that it was going to work for me. I knew it was going to work for me. I knew it. And so I just ran for it without any doubts or fears, And because I'm not a perfectionist, it was okay that I was just running in the dark blind and just sharing my passion and heart, because Isagenix lit me up. I mean, I was already dreaming. I already had all the aspirations, but when I put Isagenix in me, it was like putting, fuel into a rocket ship, and it became my vehicle. So I just started sharing, and I didn't think about how I was talking to people or how I was connecting. I was just connecting, and I was just sharing what I was passionate about. And the rest is kind of history. We have a big team, and we rank advanced really fast. We all were just doing the same thing, just sharing our heart and souls to other people. And it's just been such a beautiful, journey for us. So I'm so excited to help you guys. My passion now, I mean, we obviously have some big goals, my husband and I and our team, but my passion now is helping other people realize their dreams, because so many of my dreams have come true. And, Tracy talks about this, and it's so true. It gets lonely when you're living this life of freedom and joy and health, and you don't have a huge posse surrounding you. So when you start doing well, you want all your friends and family to do better and better and to join you. So it's been exciting. And anyway, I'm super excited to introduce Cindy Hedges, who's an amazing woman. And what I'm mostly excited about is, the people, our upline, they're incredible. They're incredible individuals. And they all came from places just like ours. And some of them went really fast and some of them went really slow, but, well, not really slow, but we all went at different speeds. But they've left a legacy for our entire team to follow. I mean, the legacy of our team is beautiful, strong individuals that empower and love others and fill them with hope and strength and these beautiful gifts. So I'm just so grateful to bring them to you and to be a part of this and to keep this legacy going. All right. So it's Cindy Hedges, amazing woman. I wish I could give, a 30-minute discourse on her, but all I'm going to say is she is grace. She is strength. She has empowered hundreds of thousands of people. And when you are around her, you just feel loved and seen. She sees right to your heart. And I'm just grateful to have met her and know her and excited to hear what she has to share with us.
Trisha, you're such a doll. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. And guys, I'm so excited to be on Zoom tonight with everybody. It's amazing. It's so fun to see everybody's faces. And I just loved, it never gets old to hear people's stories. And I love hearing Lauren's story, and Trisha, your story's incredible. And what I know without question is that we have an incredible gift in Isagenix, and we've got an opportunity to really share that with people. And I'm going to lick my teeth because for some reason my lips stuck. But sincerely, guys, I get to talk tonight about kind of connecting, and that's why I love this business, and I know for so many of you it's the same. We love this business because Isagenix is all about relationships. It's about people, about building into people's lives, about helping people, meeting needs in people's lives. Nobody does that better than Isagenix. We have an incredible vehicle. We had an amazing team call last night, and through the month of December, we're going to be doing a team call series called The Gift of Isagenix. And we had two beautiful women, Carolyn Tweetmeyer and Deanna Falcook, last night on the call, and they did an amazing job just sharing their story and the gift that Isagenix has been to their family. And it's so much more, guys, than just getting healthy and well physically for yourself and your family. Isagenix is a tangible vehicle that we can go out and make an impact in our world for people. Help get them healthy. Help get them healthy financially. Help take the stress out of families and create hope and opportunities and possibilities again for people that have given up on their dreams years and years ago. And for everybody, it starts the same. It's a friend reaching out to share what it's meant to them and offering and inviting that friend an opportunity to take a look. And so tonight, I'm going to talk quickly just for about 10 minutes just about this season. We want everybody, we want to empower you, inspire you, motivate you, encourage you to finish 2015 strong, because we know in the business that what you're doing today, you're going to see in January, February, and March. And so it's so tempting through the holidays because life gets so busy, your kids are home, it's so much fun. And without question, we want you to be in the moment, enjoy your children, bake cookies, have fun, go to parties, connect with people in your life, but don't lay your business down. We want you to stay consistent every day, taking action. And so for me through the holidays, what I love about this season is it is such a great reason to reach out to people that you've lost contact with or people in your life that you don't see all the time. It's an amazing time to really make it a season of connecting. And so that would be my first thing. I'm going to talk probably about 3 or 4 things. And the first thing would be to make it about connection. That's what this season is all about. And for me, I have a lot of fun just like picking up the phone and reaching out to people that I haven't talked to in a really long time. I just reached out to a girlfriend of mine that I lived with in San Diego right before I met my husband, Michael, and we got married, and I love her. She's so important to me, and she's blessed my life in so many ways. And so this is what I'd say. For me, it was such a blessing because I love her, and we hadn't talked in a really long time. And she has made such a big impact on my life. And so much of what we do with Isagenix and personal development is gratitude. You know, being so thankful and grateful to people. Can you hear me, Trisha? Okay. being so grateful and thankful to people. All of us have amazing people that have come in and out of our lives at different times. And what a blessing to just reach out this season and just make it a goal, maybe every single day, 5 days a week, make 1 or 2 calls, just like a gratitude call. Just reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a few years, college roomies from college, or friends from high school, or somebody that you grew up with, or find them on Facebook and reach out. But I would pick up the phone and just make a sincere, genuine connection with no ulterior motive. Just enjoy them. Just enjoy talking to them, connecting with them, thanking them for what they added to your life, and whatever that looks like for you. I have so many beautiful people in my life. I'm not great about keeping in touch. I'm not a big letter writer. My own mom, when I was in college, would send me a letter. I'm doing well, in a little box. Check yes, check no. I mean, it was kind of a joke. But so that's an area of weakness in my life, not because I don't love people, but my personality is a little bit more to like be in the moment and love the ones I'm with. And sometimes the people that I haven't talked to in a while, I don't connect with. So I would encourage everybody, make a list of about 20 people that have been important to you in life. And maybe these are people that are on your list to reach out to for Isagenix, but you feel uncomfortable because you haven't talked to them in a long time. This is an amazing reason to reach out. It's Christmas. I was thinking about you. You've been such a gift in my life. I'm so grateful for you. I've been on an amazing journey, and a lot of things are changing in my life. And one thing that I've really come to realize is just how precious life is and how important people are. And you are so important to me. I love you. And I just wanted to thank you. And then just let them talk. What's been going on in your life? Listen to where they're at. Listen to their story and care about them. And again, with no ulterior motive, because so much of what we do in Isagenix, guys, is just opening the door of conversation. You just want to reconnect, and maybe nothing will come up that is a fit for Isagenix. And I would encourage you, your first conversation after a long, long time, don't let it be about that. Don't pounce into that. But ask them as you get off, I just loved connecting with you. Are you on Facebook? Could I friend you on Facebook? And we could stay in touch. Can I email you or whatever? Get them involved with an area like a social media platform that you're active on, so that you can friend them and just and then they'll start to be a part of what you're doing. So that was my number one thing. And that's what I do in the holidays. That's what I'm going to do again this year. I've already had a couple amazing conversations. And of course, yes, what are you doing? It always comes back to that. And so that's my number 2 point. So you're connecting, no ulterior motive, genuinely loving the person, giving them a gift just of your time and your gratitude. But number 2, a lot of times it comes back, well, what are you doing? What's going on in your life? What's exciting right now? And maybe ask them some of those questions, because they will ask you the same ones. And then be prepared. What are you going to talk about when they ask you that? So practice that. Know your story. 30 seconds, a minute, concise, compelling, exciting, full of passion. That, oh my gosh, it's so crazy that blah, 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 whatever it is. I don't want to put words into your head, but just be prepared and know what you want to say. And then just like you just heard Lauren and Trisha share their story, and Trisha immediately went right into like her vision, like her big dream, like this is what I'm all about right now. I'm so fired up because it's so compelling. She's so excited. It just creates all this emotion, and wow, that's amazing. And you want to paint a big picture for people. So that's my number 2 point, is just really get clear, practice your own story, take out the extra words. And I would encourage you guys, as you listen to their story, you want to match those needs in their story with what Isagenix did to solve needs in your own life, okay? So you match the benefits and features to what they need based out of what Isagenix met in your life. So it gives validation to the fact that it will work for them or whatever, okay? So that's very important, to be listening to those clues. All right. Number 3, I would say, all of you are busy, busy women and men. And so I would encourage you, just like so many of us did when we started and we continue to do it today, that you want to work smart in pockets of time, that you want to be consistent and you want to be efficient. Okay, and I wrote some thoughts down. Be efficient and be effective, actually, is what I thought. Focus on your income producing activities. You're going to have limited time through the holidays. So you want to make the time that you spend very specific and focused. And the number one income producing activity, sincerely, is connecting. And it's just connecting. Fall in love with every single day while you're out. Make 3 to 5 genuine connections with people. Just care about people. Guys, that in and of itself is a huge gift that you can give. Life is hard on people. And when you take a few minutes just to look them in the eye and care about them, listen to their story if they want to share it, or just a conversation, pay them a genuine compliment, it's invaluable for them. So definitely lots of connections. Number 2, sharing Isagenix. Again, be prepared, know what you want to share, but presenting the opportunity in a quick way. Like, how can you literally sum it up in about less than 5 minutes? Like, this is what Isagenix is. One thing that I like to say, because people, when I'll talk about it and I'm sharing kind of my big vision and all it's done for our family, and they're like, that's so amazing. But I mean, what's it like? And even if they don't ask me that, a lot of times I'll say, you know what, Lori, so many times people ask me well, what is Isagenix like? This is how I describe it. Isagenix is a wholesale club like Costco. $29 membership gives you the ability to buy product wholesale for a whole year, no strings attached. It's online shopping like Amazon.com. Do you like shopping online? My husband has just discovered online shopping, and every day we're getting packages. He's having so much fun. So it's the same with Isagenix. You get your own website. It's like your own little virtual store. You order everything from the comfort of your own home. It's shipped right to your front door. It saves you time, saves you money. And it's Nordstrom quality products and Nordstrom customer service. Everybody, guys, whether they shop at Nordstrom or not, they want to. And Nordstrom is known for their amazing products and their incredible customer service, just like Isagenix. So those 4 things make it so tangible to people. And they're all positive experiences. People love Costco. People love to shop online. They love Amazon.com. And we all love Nordstrom. So that's a way to just quickly, that's what it is. And then if they're like, yeah, I'm totally interested, again, you want to set up an appointment so you can show them some information. You don't want to go through everything right there. So that, and then bottom line, the 3rd thing is opening wholesale accounts, getting to yes, helping people get to yes. They get kind of stuck, just ask them, what are you stuck on? What is it that's holding you back? Because I know this is going to be amazing for you. And you just move forward with confidence and conviction. And I was going to talk a little bit about goals, but I think Betsy's going to do that. So that's kind of it for me, guys. I just am so blessed by all of you, all of this incredible team, and Tricia and Lauren, you too. You're just beautiful leaders, and thank you for all that you do. And we're going to have an amazing December. And guys, everybody focus in on the Welcome Home promotion. We can all go to Scottsdale on the company. And I know in the first quarter, let's do it. It's totally doable. Let's make sure that we get everybody there. So go through that promo. Literally, if you go executive again in these next 5 weeks, you're home free. That's more than 70 points. And you've got a 4-night vacation with airfare included in Scottsdale, Arizona in the first quarter of the year. So get your teams dialed into that. All right. So, okay, am I going to introduce? Do I get to introduce Betsy? All right. Okay, well, I have the privilege to introduce somebody that I love. She is a beautiful leader on our team, and she's a go-getter. And I want to laugh when I think back to the very first event that Betsy ever went to with us, with Janny and I. And she's just a lot of fun, and she's a beautiful person. She's got a heart of gold. She's a superstar. You know that. She's just skyrocketed through the ranks. And her background, she's a teacher. And she does a fantastic job of teaching this business every single day to her team. And she'll stay right with you, and she's got tons of wisdom to share tonight on the call. So please welcome to our Zoom call training, Mrs. Betsy Frame.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Cindy. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you. There you are. Beautiful.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I just want to piggyback a couple of things that Cindy said. I think so valuable for the next 5 weeks, and just pouring into people, connecting, and all that. There's a couple other things that I know I'm going to do, and that is that, like we do on the 90-day game plan, and that's text blitzing. And go through your tree. So if you've been involved in Isagenix for several months, or if you're brand new, whatever, if you've got some people in your downline that possibly have dropped off, and we know that, attrition happens, you can circle back around with those people this time of year and text them about the eggnog shake. I tell you what, when we get a new product like that, people go ballistic.
Hey, Betsy, real quick, I just want to mute everybody because we've had people join us that are not muted. So I'm going to push mute all again, and then just make sure you unmute so you keep going. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, am I good? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. So I was just talking about, getting in your tree. So go to your tree and look at all your people that are in your downline that you've enrolled, and that possibly, don't have an auto ship set up anymore. Because we have big numbers, when you're in this for months, you've got lots of numbers. And I've even clicked down through the tree, not even my personally enrolled, and I find people that have holding volume and blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is not where I was wanting to talk tonight. I get so excited about all these different things that we can do on a daily basis. And I think that what I'm trying to say is, through the Christmas holidays, people are making gingerbread houses, and we don't want to interrupt with all of that. So like Cindy said, connect when you can, make phone calls, get into your tree and dive in and dig a little bit and kind of find those people. Joni Brewer actually taught me to do that. So, it's just brilliant to just go back to some of the people. They want to come back to it, right? They want to get back going. Why are you girls doing this?
We like it.
Can you still hear me, or am I just rambling? Yeah. Okay.
Betsy, can you hear me?
Yes, and there's Janny, and yes. Janny.
We can hear you perfectly, Betsy. Keep going. You're rocking it.
Okay. Let's see. What Trisha said was, we get what we ask for. Okay, we get what we ask for. Now think about that. What do you ask for every day? What do you think of yourself? Are you confident in this? Are you a product of the product? All these things, they're like head games. Everybody shout out if you're doing the Healthy Mind Body. I'm in the middle of that right now. It is amazing. Okay, you guys, I've been doing Isagenix for 6 years. I don't want to go into my long story. Well, I do want a little bit, but 6 years, and I'm doing the Healthy Mind Body, and I'm getting so much out of that. What you think about, you bring about. And Janny was amazing. And I don't want to say just, one person built me, but what Janny and I did together was so duplicatable. Okay. And this is what we did. We spent life together. Okay. Yeah. So, and it was on the phone, it was texting or whatever. So Janny, tell them what we did. When I first joined Isagenix, I came in as a product user, and 4 days later had amazing transformation. So I'm totally driven and passionate about the product. Every one of my multiple six-figure earners had product experience. They had product results. Okay, so I don't know network marketers, okay? So I know normal people like me, stay-home moms, and that's how I've built my business. These product users have amazing results. They want to get their product paid for. They find out there's a compensation plan, and then they go. So that's what Janny and I grabbed from the very beginning. I went to an event. Make sure you're going to New Year kickoff. 3 weeks after I enrolled, Cindy's laughing about, the first event, because, we didn't really know each other. I had met Cindy a couple of times, and I didn't know her. I didn't really know Janny, but I went. I didn't have to sell a refrigerator, but some people do, and that's okay, because the event changed everything. I found out the belief in Jim and Kathy and their passion and their mission, and that's all I needed. And then I had to go to work on myself because I didn't think I could sell anything to anyone. But I met Janny. And Janny, I'll just keep talking, so you're going to have to go ahead with what we did.
Yeah, absolutely, Betsy. Well, you know, you guys, we just
Danny,
had so much.
I'm gonna do that thing again. People just call in and just mute it all one more time so you unmute, but I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody.
Okay,
Now you can unmute.
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So you guys, we just had so much fun with this from the very beginning. And Betsy, I think one of the things that really stuck out the most with, you know, with our relationship and what we did that worked really well is, you guys, we got on Susan Sly's Health, Wealth, and Freedom team call every single morning at 7 o'clock. And I remember after we went to Celebration, I remember one of the people in my downline had said, I've committed to getting on Susan Sly's call 7 a.m. every single morning. So I thought, gosh, if she's going to do that, and she wasn't even building as seriously as I was, I thought I better do that too. So of course I jumped on it, started listening, grabbed Betsy and said, okay, let's get on this call every morning. And you guys, what we would do is we would literally, even during the call and after the call, we would text each other back and forth and say, okay, what's in the hopper? Okay, what are you doing today? Who are you talking to? What's going on? And we were really really strong accountability partners. So I would say grab somebody, not in your upline, not in your sideline, grab somebody in your downline and partner up with them. And it doesn't even have to be downline, because I know that Lauren Sims and Jessica Rigner, I really kind of paired those two up last Christmas or a couple Christmases ago. And they really just bounced things back and forth off each other. And they were amazing, amazing accountability partners. So I just think it helps when you are building to have somebody that you can be excited about and be accountable to, so that you are doing those income producing activities every single day. And our goal, and it still is every single week to enroll a couple of people, grab double PIBs. Because I can tell the people who are really serious and are building this business is they are going for those double PIBs every single week. And that's 8 enrollments a month. And that is literally a powerful build. If you can be enrolling 8 people a month. So I talked to Kathy Coover and I said, what should people be shooting for every month? And she said at least 5 to 10 enrollments, you know, that those first 3, 4, 5 months to really get a solid base on your business. And then as you move into more of a leadership position, she said 5 enrollments a month are amazing. So, I mean, don't you think, Betsy, we really ping pong back and forth with those amazing calls, and it really built our business from the get-go.
Absolutely. Absolutely it did. And we were accountability partners with each other, and that's what kept us moving forward. So, you know, I could say that I was a consistent, persistent, daily action person. But if I was going to dare compare myself, at the time we were building, which was, 4 years ago, our first build was Susan Sly, and if she taught us to put the blinders on, because if I compared myself to the Tanya Kirkpatricks, the, Tracy O'Malley's, everybody, whoever, Cindy, Janny, if I compared myself, then I felt defeated immediately. And I want you to know that I was never superstar fast, but consistency is everything. And what Janny and I did was we were very intentional, 1 to 2 people a week. We did not have double PIBs. That was okay, but we got 1 to 2 people a week. And maybe there was a week that it was dry, but maybe we had a tasting and we had 3 sign up the next week, So we were always putting people in the pipeline. You have to put people in the pipeline. That is, I don't like to say that. I mean, we are sharing an amazing product. Why wouldn't we tell everyone about it? And so that is what is most important, is that consistent, persistent daily action. But I want you to know that when I started that in September, my very first celebration was August. Now, look at where I am today and look back 6 years ago. I had 1 person in my downline go with me to Celebration. That was 9 months after I started. So just think about that. You know, we really want to take more people than that. But my point to that is I kept going. I kept working at this because I knew it would work. It's a numbers game. It's absolutely numbers. And I was so passionate about the product that I couldn't stop talking about it all the time and getting people a great result. And when you get people a 2-week amazing result, the first 2 weeks, and that can be a whole nother call, what I do with people in the first month of Isagenix, because they're not going to buy it their first auto ship. They buy their pack, and that's the only time they're going to buy, because the next month they're going to get it paid for by adding 2 people after we get this rock star experience. Well, how do you get that? You've got to coach them. You've got to help them, teach them, show them the tools, and you know, all the ISA product stuff and where to find all their tools. But you tell them and show them, so that's duplicatable. You always want to create duplication. So, you know, what I wanted to focus on tonight was just talking about believing in yourself and knowing that you can do this. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, if I could do this, anybody can do this. I literally raised my children for 20 years. I am no rocket scientist. I am not that smart. I mean, I'm just basic person with common sense. And I had a rockin' result. I didn't lose 50 pounds. I didn't have a sign that said, wow, you lost so much weight. I want to do what you're doing. I had to just jump up and down and tell them about how I feel. So you can do that. You know, if you have that rockin' product result, then that's your billboard. So focus on that. Please enjoy the eggnog and the little bit of rum in there if you want to. That's fine. But rock out a 9-day again. In between now and Christmas, rock out a 9-day, because that will totally get you fired up again, so you can make those calls that Cindy's talked about, that you can text out, you know, people and connect with people again. So get that product result and work on yourself. Get into that healthy mind body and believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. I tiptoed into that for a long time. I tiptoed around and my BV bounced back and forth. I kept building right and left and right and left. 2 years. Think about that. Some people lose it after 4 months. They're like, I've enrolled everybody I know. I'm done. It's not working. 2 years. I was bouncing my BV back and forth and enrolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. This is not a quick scheme or get rich quick. It is not that. It is a climb of the staircase. Okay, you're going to go up 2 steps and you're going to go down 1. You're going to go up 3 and you're going to go down 2. You're going to go up 2, down 1, up 3, down 1, up 4, down 1. You know, that's what it is. And believe that. Trust the process. It will work. You can't just, you know, order your auto ship every month and just think it's going to happen. This is called network marketing. Work is not hard to me. Talking to people about healthy nutrition is not work. That's fun. Getting somebody $5,000 in the bonus pool, that's really fun, you know? So that, I don't call that work. So that's, stay consistent in that, trust the process, and over time, your business, the numbers will grow, the builders will come. What happened in my business at the 2-year mark was I was at 17 cycles after 2 years. Okay, right? I know, and laugh. I mean, people are like, what, really?
Well, guys, but even that, I mean, think about that. 17 cycles, it's almost $4,000 a month income. That is a lot of money for a lot of families. So, I mean, Betsy, even though she felt maybe like a little stuck, because she's going to tell you how her whole business exploded just with another go-getter. But that's amazing. That's amazing that this little stay-at-home mom who raised her kids all those years, she's a darling little yoga instructor, fitness girl, put the products in her body, got lit up on the inside, wanted to help her friends feel amazing. And 2 years in, she's making a $50,000 a year residual income stream from this company. That is incredible. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Good
and
job,
I
Beth.
believed at
really
that point, I was really believing that six figures was in the midst, you know, and once that diamond in the rough got enrolled in my business, who I had no idea who she was, you know, somebody just randomly appears in your business several layers down, and they get the vision fast. You know, executive in 29 days. What do you say? That wasn't me. She did it. It blew up, you know, it gave me a big leg, which was fantastic. But the bottom line was I got stuck there at that six-figure mark. And what happens is wherever you think, like Trisha was saying, you know, you're going to get what you ask for. So wherever you think you're going to be, that is where you're going to be. So dream big. Get that vision board going. Make sure you put those pictures in your Healthy Mind Body. Those pictures that rotate on that daily email that you do are valuable. What you think about, you bring about. And if six figures is where you want to be, and that's what I wanted to be, I got there. And then I got stuck because I didn't think I could make a multiple six-figure income. That was weird stuff, you know? But then it happened because I kept believing my lid, you know, who's that guy? John Maxwell and the lid. That's where you think you're going to peak. But set your lid higher, you know, believe in yourself, get on podcasts that talk about that. The Strangest Secret, Earl Nightingale, he's telling you what you think about, you bring about. Get your vision board and ready. You know, this is such an amazing time right now, December, because January is explosive. I say work on yourself. Get on your computer, get in your downline, get on your text messaging, make your phone calls, you know, let people do Christmas, but at the same time, you are setting up for 2016 right now, and it's going to be explosive if you do your homework that way. And believe in yourself. Know what you can do. Set a goal and run after it like no other. Get to New Year kickoff. I want to see everybody there because it's a game changer. It totally will be a game changer for you. But believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. And I'm going to stop talking because Janny is amazing and she's got a lot to say.
Oh my God.
I'm going to introduce you. Janny is my mentor, and absolutely, she enrolled me from Costco. We were kind of acquaintances, didn't really know each other, just connecting like Cindy grabbed her friend again on the phone. It was that kind of an encounter, and that's all it was. And, you know, she has just paved the path for me, but you don't have to have a rock star enroll you to be anything in this business. You all have your own right and you have your own left. And as soon as you decide that you are the CEO of your business, that's when my business took off. And it took me 2 years to figure that out. It took me 2 years to decide I'm in charge of my business. I'm the leader of my business. So I'm telling you now, be the leader today, right now, of your right and your left, and you'll get it going faster than I did. So, Janny, take it.
You're amazing, Betsy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, Janny, before Trisha wraps it all up, you guys all, Tracy wraps it up. Everybody go get a piece of paper and pen right now if you don't have it. Like, literally 30 seconds, because Janny is about to rock your world with like the best rank advancement formula that you've ever even heard. So have your paper and pen ready because she'll give you the formula and then you guys can all figure this out for your businesses afterwards. And she's got the whiteboard. She's like all teacher ready over there. But just real quick, Janny, before you give them this formula, I would love, just because like you're so known to just getting people into action and building that belief in them. And I know personally that was something that, you know, benefited me so much. And what Betsy's saying, you saw me at a place where I didn't see myself yet. If you were to give the people on the call just 3 tips of either working on themselves or how to help others, like what would that be? Because I don't think there's anybody better on the planet to do it than you.
Oh, thanks so much, Lauren. And thanks, Betsy. Well, okay, so you guys, I'm telling you, when people don't put limitations on December, it's amazing what they can do. Lauren's first year that she was in the business, she enrolled 40 people in December. 40 people in December. I joined in December. So really, I just say take the whole limitations off December, because people are looking for a solution. And I remember when I first started, I was so sick and tired of being stuck that I joined early December, because I just thought, if I don't do something right now, I'm really going to be in trouble by January. So I jumped right in December and loved it from the very beginning. So Lauren, I think that when I first met you and got a hold of you, I just literally saw this amazing girl that had, because you really attract, you guys, what you are. You attract what you are. So it's not even like Betsy was saying, it's not so, belief in yourself and all of that, but what you are on the inside, if you've got some really great energy and you've got some charisma and you're excited about what you've done, people will follow people who are excited. So Lauren was so excited to start this, and her electric magnetic energy, and just, they had this fear of missing out. They wanted to do what she was doing. So I remember just grabbing her and just saying, Lauren, let's take this thing and blow it through the roof. And what I think that I'm really amazing at is seeing gifts and abilities in people before they even know that they're in there themselves. So I saw this amazing girl who had all of this standing in the community with her amazing nutrition knowledge and her fitness knowledge, and she was able to just really rally people and be able to get them to be excited about what she was doing. So she really just, I empowered her so much. She would call and she'd say, well, I've only got this much time to be able to do this. And I'd say, well, let's reach out to this and this and this person and push forward. And I really was able to take those goals that were right ahead of her and show them to, just be able to say, okay, if we do this, this, and this, we'll be able to grab $5,000 in that leadership pool. So we're going to push to, Lauren, you talk about it. I pushed you on Sundays when you were watching football and Bronco football. I was just like, this is a cult because people are crazy in Denver about football. And she'd always check out on Sunday. And I'm like, you can't do that. So, tell them what you did on a Sunday, how we would push to those goals. It's amazing.
So I'll tell you this little tip, and then just because I know some of you it's late, especially on the East Coast, and I want her to give you this formula and then hear Tracy's heart. But there was definitely always on the forefront of my mind of what I wanted. Every single Monday, Janie was like, what are your goals? What are your vision? What do you want to do with this? Why are you doing this? And then, throughout the week, she checked in on me, what are your goals? How are you doing? And if I said I had 3 enrollments and Saturday I had 2, she was like, well, what about your 3rd enrollment? You said you're going to get 3. There was this almost, it wasn't an option to not do that. It wasn't an option to hit those goals. And I will tell you that this was by far the hardest Sunday I'd ever worked, but it had to do with maxing out the bonus pools. And she had figured out, my benchmark and what I had to do in the shares to earn $5,000 the first month. And my cycles were at 4. This was on a Sunday morning, you guys. And she's like, you got to get to 9. And I was like, what? She was like, you got to get to 9. I was like, today? And she was like, yeah, get to work. And I was like, what? Who jumps their cycles by 5 as a new builder in 12 hours? This has got to be the craziest thing I ever did, but it was almost not an option. And I just knew where I was. $5,000 is going to change my entire quarter, let alone day or week. I was like, what am I willing to do right now? And I was, and I just sat there and did everything she said. So part of it was calling and following up with everybody and incentivizing people to get into action. I looked at every single one of my consultants, at any one of them that was close to a cycle. I told them that they could place a small cell order and told them to do the same thing. So I would be like, Rachel, you're 25 BV away from a cycle. Mom, you're 15 BV away from a cycle. Heather, you're 80, BV away from a cycle. And they would place orders and they're like, oh, thank you for telling me I needed e-shots. Oh, thank you for telling me I actually want more energy. Or thank you for telling me I needed, a shake anyways. And all that BV would come up. It just grew that all of a sudden it was like, oh, I was at 7 cycles. I was only 2 away. And, when you understand all the different ways they get paid and that, certain enrollments of mine and how those kids, paid forward, it was just doing that too and wanting this more than I wanted anything else. And it wasn't just about the money. It was about the opportunity. It was the freedom. It was to not be stressed going to bed every night if a check went through before a deposit went through or whatever that was. And so when Janie poured belief and was like, you can do this, she wouldn't have told me get to 9 if she didn't think I could do it. And so part of that is when, as leaders and as associates and as, consultants or wherever you are in this business, when you want it, It's just knowing that someone else sees greatness in you, which is why you're here. And then just see it in yourself and be so excited and so totally committed that anything you want is possible. You know, anything that you want to do with this, and just sitting down and doing the work. And I have seen that happen over and over and over with people. I mean, Tracy's going to talk here in just a minute, but when someone goes from 6-star to 8-star fast, there's a why, there's a burning desire, there's someone doing the work. Like, that doesn't happen out of chance. It doesn't happen out of luck. And so listen to all of these tips. And there isn't, I'm confident, anyone on here, 2-star, 3-star and above, that's doing differently than any one of you. We're just doing more of it, you know, and more frequently. So, Janie, I would love for you to go through the rank advancement formula and then wrap up with Tracy. So get paper and pen, you guys. This is pure gold.
Absolutely. And another thing too, you guys, I remember one Christmas, we were going to start like this group cleanse in January. I remember sitting outside of Nordstrom, just saying to myself, because I had all of these people that were in red boxes that had either quit or weren't doing the products anymore. And I remember thinking, I'm going to go through those red box people. I'm going to go through 15 of those and make phone calls, because you guys, voicemails are brilliant. When people hear your voice, it works. And I remember calling this girl up and just saying, hey, Kim, hey, it's Janie Elo calling. How are you? Hey, I wanted to throw this out to you. We've got this amazing group cleanse that's going on in January. It's going to be, there are people from all over the country. We're going to have amazing support. We're going to have tips for, recipes and workout stuff, and you can get your sexy back, and after the holidays and feel amazing. I thought of you. Let me know if you're interested. You guys, I got like 6 or 7 calls out of those 15 people. People were saying, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about doing this in January. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to go into Nordstrom until I've made 15 calls. Did I want to make those calls? No, I didn't. I didn't want to call up those people that, had been dead for a long time to, get them back on the phone. But I thought, you know what? They're going to feel amazing. They're going to love this. I felt really confident about the group cleanse, that we were going to rock it out of the park. And so it's really doing those hard things that you don't want to do. And you guys, I'm telling you, the phone is magic. Get on the phone. When people hear your voice, they will want to join you. So that's my tip on that.
Hold on. Hey, can I interrupt real fast?
Please do.
Remember Slide Dial, Janie?
Tell them about it.
Okay, it's a phone number. You can go directly to someone's voicemail. Okay, so like Janie said, she was leaving 15 voicemails before she was going to walk into Nordstrom. She didn't necessarily have time to talk to 15 people, right? So you know how you're cleanse coaching somebody and you want to leave them a voicemail? When you're like, oh my gosh, what if they pick up? I might be stuck on the phone for 30 minutes. Well, we don't want that. So I've got a phone number for you, Slide Dial. It's called Slide Dial. It goes right to voicemail. Okay, I'm going to give it to you and we'll post it again. We'll post it in the groups. Area code 267-759-3425. And just follow the prompts in it. You'll have fun with it. You can leave somebody a voicemail directly, and that way you can, make a lot of phone calls when you're touching base with people. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you, Betsy.
Post it in the chat, Betsy.
Yeah, it's fabulous. You guys, you can also do that with, so I know that I was talking to Danielle Thompson the other day, and she sent me the nicest voice, like a voice text. And she just said, hey, I just wanted to thank you so much for how much you've impacted my life. And so much of my life has changed because you came into it. And I appreciate you so much. And I love you so much. And thank you for everything that you've done. And you're a rock star, or whatever. She left me this really sweet voicemail. And I called her back and I just said, that was so nice. I really appreciated that. And she said, I do that like on Monday mornings with my team. And I just thank them for the impact they've had in my life. So that's another really amazing tip, is just to reach out to people, leave them a Facebook voicemail or a voicemail like Betsy said from Slide Dial. It works really good. Okay, so you guys, if you want to go, let's do an example. And grab your calculators and pull those out, or a piece of paper. So let's say that you want to go from 1-star to 2-star. So there is a 10 cycled, and let's say on average you're cycling maybe 10 times right now, and you want to go to 20. Or let's say you're cycling once and you want to go to 11. So you've got a 10 cycle differential between where you are now and where you want to go. So we're going to take the number 10, and you're going to multiply that by 900, because it takes 900 BV to create a cycle. And we're going to come back with 9,000 business volume is what it takes in your downline to be able to jump from 1-star to 2-star. to do 10 cycles. So then we're going to take that 9,000, and what's a typical pack that you guys are enrolling? A lot of people are enrolling with 30 days. So we're going to, or President's Pack. So we're going to, like, let's say you're enrolling like half 30 days and half President's Packs. So we're going to go like 200, like divide that by 250 BV, and you're going to get, hold on a second, I just multiplied. So you're going to do 9,000 divided by, let's just actually do it. Let's do a 30-day system. Let's do it by divided by 164. So you're going to get the number of 54, which means that you're going to need 54 people that are in your organization, in your team, to be able to go from 1-star to 2-star, 54 new people. Then you have to decide how many people in your business are building. Let's say you've got a couple of executives on your right who are actively building and a couple executives on your left. So you're going to divide that number by 5 because it's you and 4 more people. You're going to divide it by 5. So that's literally 10 people or 10.9 people that you're going to need in your, with all of you enrolling, each enrolling 10 people to be able to jump from 1-star to 2-star. And you guys, that formula works for anything. It works for jumping 50 cycles. It works for whatever your goal is. So that's the formula, Trisha. Did you get it down? Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you review one more time how you got the 9,000?
Sure. So you're going to do so you're going to take the differential. So if you're jumping from 1-star to 2-star, there's a 10 cycle differential. If you're cycling at about 10 right now.
Right.
So you're going to go 10 cycles is what you need to jump up, times 9,000 BV. And you guys, if you have a power leg, if you happen to be, which very few are, but happen to be blessed with a power leg, you're going to divide that not by 900, but by 300. So if you've got a power leg going, you're going to divide that by 300. So, but most people, like me, like Betsy, Tracy, all of us have had to divide that by 900. So does that help?
Perfect.
Good. Awesome.
Does anybody have any questions on that? You can raise your hand.
The first time I heard it, it was super confusing. But the cool thing about this is there's a lot of people on here that did get it or understand it, and we can definitely review it with you just so that we can kind of keep going, I think. But Janie, that's such brilliance. And I know Trisha and Tracy and me and Cindy and Betsy, and there's a lot of people on here that will keep teaching that and working with that and just understanding and how to run with people. So you guys are all super, super successful. Thank you so much.
You bet. And you guys, I'd love to be able to introduce Tracy O'Malley, who is just an absolute love that we all adore so much. She's got such an amazing story that is so powerful, and she is so real, and she's so raw, and she is so comes from the heart. And if you're even within 10 feet of this girl, you feel love and you feel just amazing, beautiful energy. And she is like no other. And I admire her and love her so much as a leader. And she just makes me happy and makes me smile when I'm sitting next to her at events. So Tracy, you go, girl.
I love you.
We adore you, Trace.
You know, it's like kind of nostalgia night having you three here with me tonight, because, you know, most of you guys know I came to Isagenix broken, sad, desperate, you name it, and I came to Isagenix and it was that very first event. I was like a month in, and this sweet little lady came and sat next to me, and it was Betsy, and I had no idea who she was, but she knew who I was. And, you know, it was the very first time I ever spoke a goal outside of my mouth, you know, because I'm sure many of you guys can relate. I was afraid to put goals out there because what if I failed? Who would think I suck at life? Or, you know, more importantly, you know, I was going to be breaking promises to myself because I'd done that for 40 years. But there was something about Betsy sitting next to me and listening to Susan Sly and Len Hagedorn, you know, speak truth to me. And they both had such grace and grit in them that all of a sudden I was empowered, and Betsy's pouring love into me. And all of a sudden I think I'm like, have a cape and I can do this. And I seriously, that first event, I was 1 month into Isagenix. I just popped Crystal Manager. I'd just been walked out on. I was broke as a joke. I've got 2 teenagers looking at me like, what are we going to do, Mom? I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know. And Betsy, I look at her, I'm like, I'm going to be an Isagenix millionaire before my son gets into college. And you don't believe me, just watch. And she was like, oh, I believe you. I totally know you're going to do it. But it was putting it out there for the world. And what Trisha said earlier, you got to proclaim that you're going to do this. And then you can never let anybody back you up on your heels. And from that moment on, I was unshakable. I was unstoppable. I was bulletproof. And there was nothing was going to stop me. And you know what? People get uncomfortable with that. People get really uncomfortable with that because you basically are putting a mirror in front of them that they don't want to look at because you're stepping into power. And I made a lot of people uncomfortable, and I had a lot of people not like me, and I had a lot of people say some horrible things about me, and I didn't care because I knew why I was doing this. I knew that I wanted to help as many people as possible. And I wanted to say, because I was pretty broke and scared and desperate, I had my eye on the prize. But as soon as I put my goal out there, I shift to what would God want me to do with that goal? And I knew from day one, even though I was desperate and didn't even know how I was going to keep a roof over my head, that if I helped enough people genuinely because I wanted to serve them, that He would provide, that everything would fall into place. So even though I was kind of desperate, anybody I talked to from day one never felt it. They never felt they were a PIB. They never felt like, I need you to do this because I need to be okay. Like, I wanted to love people, I wanted to serve people, and I wanted to care about them. And I knew that if I did that enough, those goals would be hit. The stars, the circles would come. The PIBs would come. The leadership pool money would come. The people that I wanted to surround myself with when I was so broken would show up. Because we have to make room for those people to come, and sometimes we have to let some stuff go. And that meant I had to let go of pride and ego as well. And the minute I put that aside and kept putting goals out there, I gave other people permission to do the same thing. They thought I was crazy, and I didn't care. I was like, I have no idea how I'm doing this, but I'm totally doing this. Are you coming with me? And they're like, hell yeah, we're coming. I'm like, cool, we can figure this out together. And it was infectious. And there was no denying. I had people sitting across from me saying, you're crazy, but I believe you, and I want whatever you're having. And so it's so funny, those first few people that started with me, they look at me now, they're like, I'll never forget that day in Starbucks. I knew you were going to do this, and you did it. You did it fast. And so, I know a lot of you guys are not where you want to be. And this time of year can be a challenge. And, I just didn't know any better. I never knew of slow times, busy times, because I was busy all the time. And all that is a choice. I mean, Trisha started on December 17th. And I think she enrolled probably 20 people between then and, New Year's. And she made it happen. And Lauren, the same thing. It's all a choice. It's a choice of how your mindset is. We have the blessing to be able to do this from anywhere, any place, as long as you've got one of these and Wi-Fi. You're good. You can do it from anywhere. So why would you not do this every day? Why would you not love, serve, and care about people every day? It makes no sense to me. I'm a single mother. I'm financially the sole provider. I am emotionally the sole provider of my family. And I have a lot of stuff going on. But I know that I can do this anywhere in the pockets of my life. I'm just really efficient with those pockets. Now, as you build a team, and many of you, maybe it's just you, and like Janny said, I was on an inside leg. Betsy was on, I had to build 2 legs all by myself. It does not matter where you are. It's just a choice on how you're going to effectively make it happen. And you are the CEO, and you're going to attract whatever you are. You've heard all of these beautiful women say that. And if you're a slug and feeling sorry for yourself, you know what you're going to attract? A bunch of slugs. No offense, but it's the truth. And because I came out, shot out of a cannon, like, I'm going to do this, all of a sudden people were attracted to that energy. They had no idea what it was, but they wanted it. And even today, people that don't know me, they come in contact with me, they're like, who are you? Like, who are you? Because seriously, there's something going on, some energy that I just want to be around it. And so you have to be really mindful about who you are and the posture you carry yourself with. And, things are going to happen, and rough things are going to happen. And just because, most of us on this call are Isagenix, or the leaders on this call are Isagenix millionaires, by no means does that mean our life is perfect. We have to grow ourselves daily. All of us, Cindy, Gianni, Betsy, me, the four of us, we are all in the healthy mind and body. We are all learning from mentors outside of us. None of us let our ego think we are rock stars and we got this, and good luck to all of you. That's why we're here in December with 90-something people caring about you, because we want to take you all with us. We want you to know it's possible. And the thing is we're still in the trenches every day doing the do. We're doing the do. We're doing the simple things. Like 80% of our time is spent contacting, connecting, enrolling, loving on people, getting them through their first 2 weeks of Isagenix. Only 20% is doing stuff like this. And I think a lot of people have it flip-flopped where they all of a sudden want to be a leader. So 80% of their time is spent doing things like coaching people when they're not in the trenches doing the things that they're coaching. And it's all backwards. And I've spent a lot of time the last 3 weeks one-on-one with, my team. I've opened up 5-hour blocks for 15-minute calls. I mean, I'm so sick of my voice. That's a clue. You got to be sick of your voice. But I'm trying to, and I'm digging through their trees. And it isn't necessarily, yes, you got to keep filling the pipeline, but are you retaining the people that you're keeping? Are you retaining the people that you bring on? I mean, there's some people that have enrolled hundreds of people, but they've got maybe 20 left. I've enrolled over 100, but I've got almost all of them still active. That speaks volumes of how you're loving and serving and caring. And you got to be in the trenches with people. If you want to stand up and coach them, you better be doing the stuff that you're coaching, like Gianni is, like Betsy is, like Cindy is, like I am, like Trisha, like Lauren. We're all doing the simple things. We know our 30-second stories inside and out. Do you? We know you plus two, them plus two, like the back of our hand. Do you? I have a 14-day talk that I know like the back of my hand, and it helps you get people through the 2 weeks. Those are the important things you need to know, and putting positive energy in your ears. And if you have people in your life that are trying to rain on your parade, I'm sorry, but you got to move them aside. You can love them, but you can keep them at arm's length, and don't let them rip your dreams away. Don't give them that power. And here's one other thing. A lot of people say, well, how did you get so many business builders? How did you attract business builders? And Betsy nailed this. Cindy nailed this, and Gianni all said this. We all started for the product. I myself, I was not nice to Daphne. God love her. I was like, I don't want anything to do with your stupid business. Give me my box, shut up and go away. Even though I was broke as a needed this desperately, I was so close-minded. And it took 4 days. And thank goodness she was brave enough to tell me, there's a way to get these paid for, because it clicked. And I think so many times that when you want to be a leader, you forget about your product users. And the fact of the matter is, and these are the statistics, is 85% of the people you bring onto Isagenix will never, ever, ever, ever share Isagenix, no matter how much they love it. And so many of you guys are trying to force these people to share it, and they're not going to. And what happens is you need to just love those product users and let them be. And because it's a safe environment and you're not pressuring them to share when they don't want to, when something happens in their life, they've been watching you. They watch you handle yourself with grace and grit. They see you doing the do, that when there is a change in their life and they're going to need this solution and they need to share it, they're going to feel comfortable coming to you. And so you need to understand that. That's why filling the pipeline is really, really important too. If 85% never take a part of the compensation plan, then you've got a lot of work to do. And you need to find the right ones. And then only 13% may share it once or twice. So you're spending all this time trying to find your 2% that you're missing, these 85% that are filling your BV, like Gianni gave you those numbers about how much BV you need to make. If you're not loving on your product users, you're going to miss a rock star. You're going to miss a me. You're going to miss a me because you're so worried about being like this business builder. You're missing the bread and butter that got you here. You never want to forget where you came from or why you started. When I talk about the why, I just did it with an event 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to end with this. A lot of us drink the Kool-Aid and we forget why we even started. We forget what we started for. And for me, I desperately wanted to feel better. And I did. And then my why changed. But I never forget that puffy-faced, sad, broken, deflated girl that started. Because most of the people that come to you are going to be that person. And stop trying to make them something they're not right now. You can pour love and belief into them
And it's going to take time, some longer than others. But never forget why you started. Never forget why you came. And make sure you are a safe place for them to fall. That when things change in their life, and they will, especially if they're happy product users for the lifetime, which is what you want. I've had people 2 years later say, today's the day. Please tell me, please mentor me, tell me what I need to do. And they've been happy product users, never shared it once in 2 years. But because I didn't pressure them to share when they weren't ready, yes, we get it. Why would you not want to share this gift? I get it. But you need to understand that people are where they are. And you want to make sure that they feel comfortable coming to you when the time comes. It is not a reflection of you. Do not take it personal. It is not a reflection if you don't have a bunch of people not sharing. Know the statistics. Always enrolling. Keep adding people. But it's not a reflection of you. It's just a reflection of their timing in their life. But you want to be that safe place when the timing does happen. And it will. As long as you stay in the game, you're consistent, you're doing the do, you're in the trenches. Because if you hit millionaire and all of a sudden you're up on your pedestal, not doing the do, nobody's going to reach out to you and your team will fall apart. Trust me. And so I wanted to leave you with that. I know I'm not as sweet as Cindy and Betsy and Janie. I'm a little tough. But I know there's, almost 90 people on this tonight in December. So I know you want this. I know you want to help your people. Take the time to really not just enroll them, but learn their goals. I've spent countless hours the last 3 weeks finding out what people's goals are so I can hold them accountable like Janny did. Like, okay, Lauren, yeah, you've got 2. Where's your 3rd you said you were going to do? And I've had to do that a lot lately, and I know they're mad at me, and it's okay. But I wanted you to remember why you started and why you wanted to help and love and serve and care. That's what it's about. And I promise you, if you come from a place of love, you aren't doing it wrong. You aren't doing it wrong. You just got to love more and serve more and care more. And, I care deeply about people, but I care what nobody thinks about me because I know I'm coming from a place of love. And as long as you do that, nobody will knock you back up on your heels and nobody will stop you from making what's possible. So I'm done.
You guys are brilliant. I know we're a little bit over, so we're just going to wrap it up. And I know I'm saying thank you from the 80 to 90 people that are on here for all of the brilliance. And I'm messaging Trisha trying to figure out how to record this chat, the stream that's happening at the same time as the video so you guys can all get all of that. But there's so many golden nuggets, and literally when we open this up, it's just because we want to love all of you and motivate all of you, inspire you, and you resonate with so many different people and the different personalities. Reach out to any one of us. I know that every single one of us, whether we're financially linked or not, wants to help, wants to support you. And, we'll get the recording up and make sure everybody, has this, that you can listen to it over and over again. But the one thing just from being in the industry that I want to leave you guys with when you're hearing about how some of us have enrolled so much this time of month or this time of the year, from years of being in the industry. I've been a trainer and fitness instructor since I was 18, and I was a nutritionist for many years. You want to be the person people go to on January 1st. Right. Don't wait to have that conversation, because if you wait now in that first or second week in January, you're going to find out they went to Shakeology, they went to Advocare, they signed up with Jenny Craig, they went to Weight Watchers, they hired a nutritionist. That be so proactive. And when I was enrolling all those people, I literally was like, I get that you don't want to start the week of Christmas, but let's order it now, get it shipped to your house. So January 1, it's on your doorstep. By January 1, when you order this, and by the time it ships and you get to it, you're already a week into January. Starts their New Year's resolution on January 7th. If you want to start January 1, you have to order now. And there was this urgency. I called people Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after Christmas, to make sure that on January 1, this is what they were doing. The Isagenix is the best solutions, like Cindy said, to absolutely change someone's life. And I wasn't going to wait for them to tell me, oh, that's great, but I just did Shakeology. I'll call you, in March. Or, oh, thanks, but I just signed up with Advocare. Oh, that's great. I just did something for my chiropractor. I was so in their face that they wanted this and there was no other option. So even if they don't want to do it now through Christmas, make sure that they're started with you before the end of the new year. So you guys, we love you all. Thank you so much for your time, and all of our leaders. Trisha and I, from the bottom of our hearts, I know there's not enough words to express our gratitude that you're supporting us to just help all of these people and pour into them. And just offer the brilliance that got us to where we are, that we can keep paving it forward for the person that joined our team yesterday. So much love. Happy holidays to all of you. And we will for sure get the recording up when someone teaches me how to do that. I don't do IT. Yeah. It has been recording the whole time.
Why don't you unmute?
Bye. Love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Lauren,
Bye. Love you.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Love you, Margaret.
Hey, now I can go to sleep, right? Hi.
Lauren, if you click on save chat on the chat box,
I'm working on it. I just saw that.
I just saved it for me, but you can have it too.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere until the last person's gone.
Where it says saved in folder. Where's the folder?
It should pop up in your, just one of your boxes on your computer, one of your files.
Okay.
You know, somewhere in that box.
Okay. I don't need to like scroll through and save this whole thing in like a Word document or something?
Mine just saved and I have it popped up my screen so I can share it with you if you can't find it.
Okay, perfect. Sweet. Okay. Bye,
Good
guys.
job tonight, girls.
Bye.
Good job.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, love you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Cindy.
I can leave there.